Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the mayor of Farmers Branch. He's going to talk about all the wonderful things going on there in terms of development and redevelopment. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, everybody knows about Farmers Branch, but if you're one of those people who hasn't visited it in a while and you're just passing by on the freeway, it's time that you checked it out again. Mayor Terry Lynne is in the studio. He's the mayor of Farmers Branch. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me, Jeff.
Absolutely. Well, we met a few years ago and just got reconnected through Catholic Connections, which is a nice networking group, and I said, you got to come on the show. So thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Okay, well, tell everybody about the Farmers Branch that they may not know.
So Farmers Branch is really a very small city, 12 square miles, located just on the other side of 635 between the tollway and really 161.
Yeah.
So we are a small city, but we're a little bit bigger than what a lot of people think.
Sure.
And pardon my scratchy voice, I got seasonal allergies. But Farmers Branch is really 3 separate cities, if you will. We have the east side of our city, which is between Midway and the tollway. Mm-hmm. We have the central core of our city, which is between Midway and I-35. And then we have the west side of our city, or the Mercer Crossing area, which is to the west of I-35. And a lot of folks don't know, Farmers Branch actually extends all the way down to Royal Lane along Luna Road.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's people just don't know, but
yeah,
they're in Farmers Branch. So 3 individual parts of our city, and the west side of our city, the Mercer Crossing area, is pretty new. In fact, we have about 1,100 single-family homes going in out there, and about 7,500 apartments.
No kidding. No kidding. And we're going to brag about how he got elected. He did it the old-fashioned way. He knocked on doors.
Knocked on doors.
So let's pull up his mayoral race website. We won. Love the update. But as we scroll down, it shows you out in the community. How many doors do you think you knocked on?
When I ran for mayor, my goal was to knock on every door in the city. At the time, we had about 10,000 single-family homes.
Wow.
I knocked on about 6,500.
Were they kind of shocked? I mean, candidates don't even do that anymore, do they?
Yes, it was. I'm telling you, it was every night. It was on the weekends. I wore out a couple pairs of shoes doing it, but people were surprised that somebody running for mayor actually came to their house.
Tell us why. I mean, it's not a glamorous job. I mean, people say mayor, but it's not like you're going to get rich doing it, right? Do they pay you per council meeting? Or
pro bono.
Pro bono. Okay, why did you want to be mayor?
I wanted to be mayor because I wanted to see my city grow in a responsible manner, and I wanted to make sure my tax dollars weren't being wasted. And yours too.
Yeah.
So there was a lot going on in the city. I was on city council for 6 years. My work really wasn't finished. And so this was the next step. And fortunately, I've been able to help extend what I was doing or what I set out to do on council and make that a reality.
That's beautiful. You also work with my good friend Jeff Brady, former anchor from Channel 8. Yep. What a great coup to get him to be your communications director. We found a great video. Let's go ahead and roll a clip.
Now that we're headed to the end of the year, it's the perfect time to look back on the remarkable progress we've made here in the city of Farmers Branch during the last fiscal year. Our goal, as it has been for several years now, was to achieve world-class service for our residents, businesses, guests, and employees.
So Farmers Branch uses a city management form of government. The city manager is hired by the city council. He's the council's only employee, and it is up to the city manager to execute the running and management of the city. So in late 2022, the city council hired Ben Williamson, who is an assistant city manager, to be our city manager. And I believe he's the 9th one to have served in that position. I think back and think of all the remarkable progress and many achievements that we've been able to accomplish. So I'm particularly proud about the budget that we put together and the process, which was open and transparent as it should be. The budget primarily focused on public safety, neighborhoods, and infrastructure. It included the largest property tax rate reduction in 40 years. It lowered the tax rate 2 cents per $100 of assessed valuation. That's big.
And as you mentioned in that clip, one of the things you're passionate about is fully staffing police and fire. So
Yes.
talk about that.
So when I came to mayor, we were running behind on police officers. The business of being a police officer is not as glamorous as it once used to be.
Sure.
Police officers are facing a lot of battles socially,
Sure.
and as well as the economics of the job. You're not going to get rich being a police officer. It is a passion, it is a calling, and we have been able to change the culture of our police department since I became mayor, and we are now fully staffed at both police and fire. In fact, our fire department has a waiting list of people wanting to come to Farmers Branch because we have the right chief in place.
Wow.
We also have the right chief in place at our police department, and that culture has changed. And so that makes all the difference in the world for a community. And when you can rest assured that your police department is fully staffed,
Yeah.
that's what lets me sleep good at night.
Sure. And you're a people person, so I'm sure that your phone number is very popular. Everybody's got your phone number. Do you get the phone call that they didn't pick up my trash? I mean, does the mayor of Farmers Branch get those kinds of calls?
So I tell people I get phone calls on anything from dog poop on yards to didn't pick up my trash to a developer wanting to talk to me about $1 billion development.
Wow. But you love it. I mean,
It's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but it's very interesting.
Cool.
And if you like learning, oh my gosh, this is a job where you're really going to learn.
Okay, let's talk pickleball.
Pickleball. That's what really put us on the map last year. We had the PPA, National Pickleball Championship at Brookhaven Country Club. We had, of course, all the pros, Ben Johns and all the group that came in. But teamed with that was an amateur event that had 3,500 players from around the world come to Farmers Branch. This was the biggest thing that's ever happened in Farmers Branch, and we didn't know how big it was going to be.
No kidding.
We really didn't. It was an amazing show. We closed down Brookhaven, our Golfing Green Boulevard, for 10 days to have Pickleball Boulevard.
Wow.
And Brookhaven Country Club converted almost all of their tennis courts to pickleball courts for this event.
Wow. Okay, you have 3 more years left on your term?
About 2.5.
2.5? Okay, goals for the rest of your term?
Well, obviously, I want to make sure that our police and fire are supported and that we continue as citizens to do the right thing by them. Mm-hmm. We provide the best city services of any city around, twice a week garbage service, weekly brush pickup. I mean, nobody does that.
Sure.
We do that. We super serve our residents. For Farmers Branch, while there is still some land to be developed, it's really about redevelopment. And in some areas, especially the east side of our city, between Midway and the Tollway, you're seeing owners of warehouses convert those from old, not highly used warehouses to multifamily projects, apartments.
Nice.
Expensive apartments. And people are coming. And when you think we've got 1,500 people a day moving into our area, they have to have a place to live. And so we recognize that. Our challenge is to not overpopulate the city with apartments.
Sure.
And maintain the integrity of what is Farmers Branch especially in the core of the city with single-family homes.
You're also a very pro-business mayor, and part of the reason why you're pro-business is because you run a business. And you're a working man.
Yes.
All right, tell us about Time Out Media.
So when I'm not playing mayor, I own a company called Time Out Media, which is a full-service advertising agency and promotions agency. So we help develop ad campaigns for our clients, put together media strategies. We purchase media, radio, TV, print.
Give me an idea of a typical client. What would that look like? Is it a flower shop? Is it a big business?
Most of what I do is very niche market.
Okay.
I specialize in the medical industry.
Okay.
And I work in a field that's known as clinical trial recruitment.
Okay.
So you've probably heard commercials on the radio or TV. Do you or someone you know suffer from whatever? That's what I do.
Cool.
And I do that for UT Southwestern as well as some other clients across the country.
And you're really an expert at buying advertising and saving your clients money, so that you know everybody who's anybody in sales and in the media here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and you really can save your clients money.
I pride myself on being able to do that. We squeeze about 8 cents out of every nickel.
Wow.
And it's important because most of what I do, my clients have limited budgets.
Right.
And they have to reach people. And when you're judged on results, me getting the phone to ring for my client, it's very important. And I have other clients other than that, but medical is my forte.
And I've known Terry for a while now, and he knows the media. He knows who listens to what station. So the client comes in and says, I want to be on this news talk station. And you say, well, you might not want to be on that station. You want to be on this station instead.
And I have had that happen. In fact, I had a client run a very specific study. She said, we want to be on station
XYZ, yeah.
And I said, I wouldn't recommend that. 60% of their audience is teens. That's not your market. She said, we wanted to be there. My job is to execute for my clients.
Sure.
And I said, that's fine. If you absolutely want me to buy it, I will, but you can't hold me responsible. It didn't generate the results that we needed.
Yeah.
She said, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. I will never do that again.
That's why, when you're traveling to a foreign country, you get a tour guide who knows the lay of the land.
I needed to take her where it was going to work, but that's okay. It's my job to advise my clients.
Absolutely.
But it's their money.
Okay. In the little time we have left, I want to give some final thoughts on people doing business in Farmers Branch, or at least coming to have lunch and visit.
Absolutely. I will say we are open for business. So if you have a business looking to move to the Metroplex and don't want to pay high prices in Dallas for real estate, come see us in Farmers Branch. Call me directly. I will put you in touch with the right people. We are very business friendly.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Terry Lynne, coming on the show. We're going to end with the website, which is farmersbranchtx.gov. The great Mayor Terry Lynne. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.